April Barnett, I appreciate you pulling up. How you doing this evening? Peace, sis. All right, let me invite you up. I gotta figure out how to do this thing where so peace, Iris. Peace, everybody that's pulling up. I appreciate y'all being here. Hey, sis.
Me?
Yeah, you. Can you hear
Hey,
me?
you don't get no camera action. I don't know
Yeah,
how
I'm
to do
trying to figure this out. How to get how to get y'all on the camera.
that.
Um,
Okay.
hold on, let me
But you
see.
can,
You said what?
you can hear us, right?
Yeah, I can hear y'all.
Okay.
It's
That's
kind
all.
of low, but I can hear you. Peace to everybody that's pulling up. Keisha Taylor, Will Savage, Rip05. I appreciate y'all being here. Gemini Goddess. Oh, that's shade. Appreciate you. Um, Riri, Dania, I appreciate y'all pulling up. So, um, you said you was wanting to build on applying the information, right?
Applying information, yes.
Applying the information. So,
Yes.
ladies first, I'm gonna let you go ahead and speak and share your wisdom, and then you know,
That's a
I
perfect
add on.
picture. Thank you. Thank you,
In,
God. King.
indeed, indeed.
Because our podcast is called Wisdom Wednesdays, right? Wisdom
Yep,
Wednesdays.
that's
It's
perfect.
Wednesday. It's me. I'm Jade, Black Girl Magic, and
I am Gemini, the Hood Oracle.
so applying the information. You know, I was in your live yesterday. You were
Hmm.
speaking heavily about, when you got towards the end, talking about the books and reading and having to take a break from all that you take in
Right,
sometimes. And
right,
finding in that energy, finding a method to to take that information and make it practical, so to speak. You
hmm,
know, utilizing it in your spiritual path, in your um, spiritual hygiene. We'll call it spiritual hygiene
right,
because we're, finding methods and ways to share knowledge, share wisdom, to keep ourselves in attunement and alignment and balance. And people we're talking about, they say a lot about the conscious community. The conscious community does a whole lot of, do you mind cursing on your platform?
not at all, not
a
at
whole
all.
lot
Please
of
be yourself.
a whole lot of fucking gum bumping and teeth chattering, but what are you doing with the information?
Right,
So
right,
in that aspect, it's about um, using that which you have taken in, that which you have processed, and making it your own. Because remember, read a book and we're the magic. So
right,
you can have all the tools in helping the world, but if you're not using it, what the fuck is it good for? And
right.
two, if you can't apply it practically in your day to day, it's just it's
Hold time out. Part yourself real quick, sis. Hey, let's tap that screen, y'all. Let's get them likes up, please. It's free. It don't cost you nothing.
yes. I could not figure out how to do that.
All you
She,
gotta do is tap the screen.
yeah. See, I told you I'm technologically retarded. I'm sorry for using the word retarded, but
Nah,
it's
you know what? What we tell ourselves all the time? What we tell each other all the time? Talk nice to yourself.
talk nice to yourself. Yes.
Right.
And I got to stop claiming that. So, because we in
Exactly.
the technological age, right? So yeah, so we started last week on our podcast speaking about applying the information and taking that which we've taken in. going to use it? How are we using it? So
Right.
you got crystals. What you going to do with them crystals? You got affirmation.
Right.
Do you
Miss
believe
Ruth,
things that you
I'm
say?
just yeah, I'm listening to you, sis. I'm just greeting the
Mhm.
people that I'm familiar with. Miss Ruth, I appreciate you being here again. Shea Butter, appreciate you pulling up. Proof,
Hey,
peace to
Miss
you.
Ruth, excuse me. Thank you for following me yesterday. I appreciate you, love bug. Give thanks. Gratitude, gratitude, gratitude to you.
I appreciate the love, Miss Ruth. Greetings to you too, Shea Butter, and everybody else that's pulling up. Jeanette, I appreciate you pulling up. And like I say all the time, even if y'all don't stay, I appreciate y'all even just peeking in for a second. All right, my bad. Go ahead with your wisdom, sis.
No worries, no worries. So applying the information, and it don't have to, it's not, it's serious, but it ain't that deep. And we
Right,
trying to um, quantify everything and make everything as exact like it's a prescription. When we learn stuff from other people, we learn stuff from books, but that's their way.
right,
Your way. How you
right,
want to take these tools, make them yours, take this information and make it a part of your flow, your frequency, your
right.
vibration, your energy body. You know, that's
Indeed.
what we're responsible for.
Right,
Yes,
right, exactly.
this gems.
Peace, everybody. Thank you all for holding space. Thank you for holding space, God self.
You
Yeah,
already know. You
You know,
already know. This we family. Ain't nothing.
Asha.
I've been receiving a message for some time, like it's time out for talking, right? And we know that as the shift takes place, I'm gonna say the archons are gonna try to find a way to stay ahead. So they're gonna flood us with information.
So look, so do me a favor.
Yes.
When you use those, like when you use that type of verbiage, um, clarify that for the people that may not be aware of who and what the archons are.
So the archons are those put in place that look like us, but they ain't us. You understand? Like all skin folk ain't kin folk.
Gatekeeper.
Right,
They are
right.
they work they work for Geppetto. They work for the puppet master. It's what how Chris Rock put it, black people and niggas. My niggas is my niggas because we know niggas is kings and queens and royalty, right? But
Right,
black means death by in the
right,
law. So the archons is out here, they dead man walking, but they have access to a lot of information. So the flood of information has been put in place to keep us going in circles. It's time to take what we know and apply it to our lives. It's time out for talking. We all know stuff now. We are in this place of awakening and be fearless in that application. So that's all I got for now. Your intuition to tell you what you need and when you need it, where to take it, how to use it.
And because using it, teaching. Each one teach one.
Yep.
Whoever's in reach. And it don't see people get we in this world of social media, we get caught up on the numbers and the likes. And I know we want to flow in the algorithm, and that's okay. But those are supposed to be there, going to be there. Those are supposed to know, going to know, so on and so
right,
forth. You know,
right,
if the message was divine to you, whether you caught it or were taught it by nurture, by nature, divine flow, or conversation through the human or people, whatever it is, when you get it and it be right with your being, be right with your spirit, be right with your soul, and you know that whether you know that's your tribe or not, it should be taught to them. Speak it and teach it.
right,
That's an easy way, one, of application. The shit that you excited about and that makes your frequency raise, it's going to do it for somebody else too. Share it, because they might not know.
Yeah, be that
right,
way.
right.
Be
And like what I say all the time is once you take in all this information and you use it in your life and be the example.
that's it. Lead by example.
That's it. It ain't, like, cause like anybody can read a book and regurgitate something out of that book, but are you actually living the shit you talking?
Right.
It'll show improving a person's character.
But yeah, no, what, and that's what I'm saying. Like, for those of us, I don't need, for those that do live that life, your light is automatically going to shine, and people are going to see that light and be attracted to it. You know what I mean? So for me, that's how I've learned to apply the information. Um, just taking it and because most of the time the information is just reminding us of who we are,
Facts.
and because we've been programmed to forget who we are, and so as we read, as we learn different things, in however we learn it, whether it's by reading or listening, watching, or just experiencing, once you gather that info, um and I know, the question was, how do you apply it? First you have to ingest it and overstand it, and become it. Like we are, like you said, we are the book, we are the information. You know what I mean? It ain't something that's like, none of this stuff is outside of us,
Right.
We
because the information, when we say we learning, we're really just remembering.
Remembering. I
right
said.
that like how at school repetition. So we apply it by creating ritual in our lives. Like when I get up in the morning, my affirmations are on my bathroom mirror. So when
Hmm.
I'm in the mirror, I'm getting whatever out the medicine cabinet. I'm doing my hair, whether I'm reading them out loud or I'm just ingesting them through constant seeing it, because the signs and the symbols that are in the alphabet. That's also, so it's layers to application. First
Right.
you receive it, first you receive it, and
Right.
you apply it through I say small doses. I like small doses of things so we don't get overwhelmed by
Right.
implementing these practices. So put the affirmations where you'll see them in the rising, whether you can read them or not, without the pressure of, oh, I didn't read my affirmations today. Have
Right.
it where they are being put into the psyche, right? And then throughout the course of the day, maybe I used to pour libation all over town. You hear me? I was a libation pouring. Could nobody stop me from pouring water? I didn't care where we was. But
Exactly, Shea Butter. Overstand and understand.
I had
Not to cut you off. I'm just reading some of the comments.
Oh, yeah. So we do that, but we create habits. Create habits. I created the habit of pouring libation. I created the habit of saying affirmations. I even created the habit of devotion over discipline, because we put a lot, especially as feminine. The divine feminine is not here for discipline. We're here for devotion as the spiritual counterpart to the divine masculine, who is here for discipline. So devotion over discipline is how I see it. And if I'm devoted to doing something and adding something to my higher self to make me better day by day, that makes it easier for me to do. When I used to pray for discipline, man, the fight within was so wicked. But once I started being devoted to doing small things, adding small things to my day and creating ritual for my soul, for my spirit to feel light,
From
it
the
got so
spirit too.
it got so easy, right? That part. It got so much easier for me to become consistent. Put the crystals in your pocket. You don't put them in your pocket. Put them in your hair wrap. Put them in your bra. Put them in your pocketbook. Make you a mojo bag full of things that bring joy and bring balance, bring harmony and protection into your life.
Can I
Like,
interject something right there,
absolutely.
just to the crystal point? Used to keep a little crystal bowl when we were in Baltimore by the door every day. I would just just go and reach, grab.
Spirit tell you what to give.
Right? You grab some, roll with them, and whether you know it or not, throughout the day you'll find that whether it's one that day, whether it's five that day, what you got in your hand was a necessary tool, covering, protection, or aid, whatever, for you for the path that you was going to go on that day because Spirit directed you to do it. And then, you know, when you reflect on your day, if you journaling or something, you can look at them crystals. If you don't know what they are, take that time, flip through a book, Google it real fast, and see how it fed into or aided or blocked or whatever some energies that you um, participated in that day, and it'll start to be natural. It'll start to help you, you know, just flow with the energy.
Yes.
You know.
Mercedes, I appreciate the love.
Creating, taking the, so step one, you are God. Step one, you are God. So you can
Mm-hmm.
take some of the pressure off. What you are supposed to be doing, you going to do, because all you can do is what you're supposed to be doing in each moment. And trust ourselves that to listen to our intuition, to make the best decision for us throughout the course of our day, right? Like small right, and I ain't saying what's right and what's wrong, but we know what's right and what's wrong. Small right practices throughout the day begins sets the foundation for consistent application in these tools that we are picking up. It's so much out here, you gotta just little bit by little bit spoon feed yourself. And there's no right or wrong way to do your magic, right? Because
Right.
your intuition is going to guide you. Your spirit man is going to guide you. Your soul going to make sure that you doing it the way that's best for you. And talk to your ancestors.
Yeah, and their ritual might not be your ritual.
Exactly.
Understand, in the term spiritual, you can't be spiritual without ritual. It's
Right.
in fucking word.
Talk heavy. That's
Right.
my friend.
And that's another thing people don't pay attention to. The power of the tongue. That's the one of the.
Sis, why you sound angry?
I sound angry.
Yeah.
I'm
You
passionate.
passionate. I know what it is. I'm just messing with you. Do your thing.
Fire time.
It's passionate. You know, passion because, you know, it feels so divine, like this right here, right now.
Shay Brown, I appreciate the love, sis.
I don't think people
Appreciate you.
know how long just this step between the connections of us together on a platform,
Right.
speaking truth. It's been in the making for time.
5 years.
Yeah,
5 years.
but
Right.
if you want to really go deep, way more than that.
Yeah. I mean, yeah,
You
yeah, yeah.
know,
This was,
from the
yeah.
90s, unbeknownst. See how shit don't add up until it
Right.
add up. You don't even realize
Everything, divine time.
divine
Everything in divine time.
timing. And
Right.
so know that if it's something you see, this is how you can start to trust your intuition, because that is a big thing.
Right.
That's the strongest part of taking this information, making it practical, applying it, tapping into the highest version of yourself, your man.
Right.
You got to start
Yeah.
trusting you. You got to
And
trust you.
see, the thing is, like, but for most of us, we were never taught that. So we don't, like, when we hear that voice that you're referring to as intuition right now, we don't, a lot of times we don't know how to discern that between the intuition or your higher self speaking to you and your ego,
Yes.
because we were never taught those things. So the thing that I advise or I tell people is pay attention to how you feel when you hear that message or that voice, because if it's something that makes you feel down or quote unquote negative, you know that that's most likely your ego. When your higher self is communicating with you, it's gonna always put you in a higher vibration. You're gonna feel good about that communication. So,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? So that's just something to add on, because, you know, when we're talking about intuition and using your intuition and stuff like that, a lot of us we don't really know how. We don't know where to start with that. That's not something that we were taught as children. So that's why I always suggest pay attention to how you feel when
Yeah.
you hear those messages.
Our body.
How do you feel about that? Go ahead.
Our body is so we made of parts, right? So we got our vessel, and then we got our soul, then we got our spirit. Our body, our machine, this supercomputer that we are plugged into is going to give off a reading. Getting connected with the body, knowing how your body, you are right and exact. I was going to say that when you were saying it, but our body will tell us. You get a stomach flip when you receive a certain message. Do you get does your heart does your heartbeat speed up? Do you get like a respectfully, but do you get like a throbbing sensation in your sacral area? The body is always going to speak to us and let us know which direction to move. But in
Right,
order to tap in with your body, you got to be unafraid to sit with self. Sit with self and look at self and ask self the hard questions.
right,
Acts and with the self, when you were naming like feelings in specific areas, let's just call that shit our chakras, the 7 ones, and they all fucking relate to specific areas of life and flow in this 3D and beyond. That your chakra system, that's your ticket to stay locked in and grounded, and that's to escape the matrix too. You know,
right,
so you got to start strengthening those so that you can understand when messages and divine flow and energy comes to you and then processes through you. How is it registering there in that energetic
right,
body that's taking you to the God within your Christ consciousness, to the crown? How is that registering? Like I've been telling people with the heart, my heart chakra now is the measure of any energy. And it tells me whether I like that thing or do not like that thing. And and how I feel about that thing. If it's up high vibrate, you can feel it. You know what goodness feels like. Your heart is fluttering. It's like it feels good and lively. And when your heart sinks and it's low and it's heavy and it feels tight, or not like tight like heart attack, but tight like like how what's up with that energy? Trust that.
right,
That's how you feel. And can't nobody else tell you how you feel. And we gotta stop thinking, letting other people think for us and tell us. You gotta trust you.
right,
I was gonna speak to the, we got like different. I'm a sacral authority. I feel we all have that gut feeling, right? And if it feels good, then it's God. And if it feels like anxiety, then it's a no, straight like that.
right,
But you gotta know the difference, because butterflies and anxiety almost feel the same. That's why we gotta connect to the body so that we can discern those small differences in energetic frequency.
right.
Yeah. So, let me ask you, what is something, a system or a teaching or wisdom that through your recognizable journey that for certain you have now taken and made ritual in your life?
Um, Two things right off top: meditation and grounding.
Give thanks.
Yeah,
You know what's so dope about that? That that covers the whole energetic body from root to crown.
right, exactly.
So if you going, you grounded, that's base. That's that base chakra. And then you
Yeah,
meditate, that takes you through third eye. And when you really start to elevate in it, you're in that crown chakra, or even above that angelic chakra body above you, because you done tapped into the highest version of yourself through meditation.
Right.
You know,
Yep.
you're seeing and you're
Good
seeing.
evening, Brandy. Appreciate you pulling up.
That's a good
Yes.
question.
What about you? Anything that you have put into?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Sunday altar work and grounding. Anytime I feel like I'm about to float away, I got to get my feet in the earth. I'm showing up. I'm barefoot. I'm barefoot all over town this year.
Mm-hmm.
Grounding, making sure that my electromagnetic, because I'm a copper and crystal worker, so my electromagnetic body has to be strengthened. Like I have to be able to connect with the earth so that the crystals can tell me whether they want to be wrapped or not, whether they're charmed for this or charmed for that. Like when I make that connection, so grounding. And on Sundays is for the ancestors. Straight like that. It's
Right.
gospel music in the house. If I'm not there, my children know. It's gospel music all day. Play church, clean up the altar, pour libation.
um, Confirm, like, give some information toward, because people like, I don't want church, because you know church.
No, and you know you got both sides. You got some that might react like that as far as church, and then you got some that might react like that towards the altar work. So like yeah, break
So
it down for them for me.
for me, I grew up in the church, and the altar is where we went to pray. I grew up in the church, and I outgrew the church. That's what I say. I outgrew the church as a building. I love the church as a people. In my spiritual journey, I learned that ancestors are here for us. They are here to guide us, right? So I prepare a space for my ancestors. I have a mark. I'm gonna share with y'all because this is my favorite thing, ancestors. So I got my marble top wooden table with the fancy feet, the golden marble table. And I have pictures of my ancestors. I have offerings for my ancestors, things that they like, things that I may want them to have, tools, different tools that I may use um, that need to be charged up or that I would
John
like
of Thought, salute to you, King. Peace. Appreciate you
to
pulling up.
entrust with ancestral energy. And I have representation of all the elements, the fire element, the air element, earth element, water.
Hmm.
And on Sundays, because my ancestors are from the church, Christians, as far as I know, all the ancestors that I knew in the physical was Christians. So on Sundays, I play old school gospel music for my grandmom and my great grandmom and my great great grandmom. I do ancestral research and family tree building for my family, and I help people do it. So just having that time because the universe provides, the ancestors guide, and the Most High resides, and that's how I see how these higher powers work for us, right? So
Hmm.
on Sunday, I play gospel music, and
She a poet too.
me and my daughter, we found a pastor with a message that's relatable, and we play church. We don't play church. We play it because we're playing it, but we sit there. We take that time to fellowship with one another and be in communion with the ancestors because the altar is definitely open on Sunday. So yeah, Sundays is for
Hmm.
work, and every day is for getting barefoot because if your feet is still clean, was you really on the scene? You know what I mean? So,
Bars.
So,
what about you?
myself, um, there's a few like you. After my mother transitioned, I finally took my altar serious, and I've been watching you work. So thank you for that inspiration and adding to the real life and live in my face. I know a person that do that energy. And I also know like our energy is so symbiotic that it's easy. Sunday's also my day, and same thing, the elements, and I have their obituaries and pictures and things that matter belong to them, things they like. Always, I pour libations to them in I have plants on both sides. Pour libations to them on that day, on Sunday, after I clean their water, their cup, their vessel for liquid, and refill that, and then just give them some praise.
And not to cut your wisdom, but I meant to say that. And spend the time at the altar.
Yeah.
Spend the time having the conversation, asking the questions, seeking the guidance. That's all.
No, that's facts. And especially when you know that it's a question that when they were here, they could have answered for fact and for true. And that was like their forte, that was their thing. Like, Nana, how you make them greens again? Guarantee you it's going to come to you. You know what I'm saying? So that part, and also for me, there's two: the journaling and speaking power and love over yourself and others. Those two things. And I get
Says the person that just called themselves retarded. But go ahead.
right.
Talk nice to me.
Talk nice to me. Right.
Exactly.
And I'm talking to me.
Right, talking to me. Right. But and when you start talking nice to you and it becomes a real thing, you'll be less tolerant of other people not talking nice to you.
Facts.
And you'll start to stand 10 toes down on that boundary, like, period.
And your body gonna respond to it.
Right. And
Yeah.
it's not like boundaries, your boundaries are only yours, and ain't nobody gonna respect them if you don't stand 10 toes in them, period. You let them down, ain't no boundaries. That's an invisible line, sis. Just like the map, it's a bunch of invisible lines separating state to state, country to country.
Yeah, stand on the boundaries.
They stand on them boundaries for that square footage of land that belongs to the U.S., that belongs to you can't get past my border. We got to be that for
Right.
ourselves, and
Right.
that's something you gotta train yourself to do it, because every time you let something slide, it's almost a restart. You gotta refresh, reboot, and then restart it all over again because you let them down. Somebody by it stepped over them, and don't nobody get the right to do it. And then the journaling, that's the other one. The journaling is because that's your record, that's your archive, and
Right.
you can, all right, if we're 15-year-old girls and we want to write in our diary, he smiled at me, that's your prerogative. But I'm talking about intentions. Keep a journal where you're setting your intentions, you're writing down the vision, you giving it thanks in advance, and thank you in advance
So look.
for.
Hold on. All right. We're gonna have to calm down because I just got a violation warning for hate speech. You know how they are with me. So they want any reason
Did
to
I say that? Did I say the N-word? All right, I got
I
you.
don't yeah. So just clean it up. Um, you know,
Got you.
just so we could keep this thing going. This decision is restriction. Hold on a second. I understand. Yeah.
Because spirituality don't have a look. It's a little bit gangster and a little bit, you know what I mean?
I say I'm a healer and I'm a heathen.
Yes.
Take your pick.
I'm sophisticated ratchet.
Sophisticated ratchet. I love it. I love it. I love it. But yeah, when you're journal like we set an intention. We're not asking. I'm not saying don't pray, but we're not praying for things. You are directing to the universal, the divine prime source creator. These are my expectations. I know I deserve this. Matter of fact, I know it's my.
So look.
Thank you
So
for.
look. So you're talking like the things that you're saying, and I agree with you,
Mm-hmm.
but these are advanced
That's good.
spiritual techniques.
Basic.
So we're talking, we want to, like, for me personally,
Mm-hmm.
like, I want to make, like, I want to put it in layman's terms as if the people that we talking to have no idea of what we're talking about. Cause we we tapped in, we know exactly what it is, but not everybody does. You know what I
It's
mean?
levels to it. I get it. Gratitude. Yep. Um. So
I love you. I thank you for that because that's always the goal, to make it
keep it.
Make
easy.
it plain. Make it plain.
Yeah.
Yes.
Kids. Keep it simple.
Keep it simple, simple.
Simple.
Right. Right. Right.
Yeah. So yeah. So I guess that takes it back to, well, what's this right with you? What are you drawn to? Like, have you, like, if you're if you happen to gain some knowledge about a thing, say it's say it's crystals, then you know, you can do some research, but you have to, you know, allow yourself to interact with the energy. Don't just read all the book, just read the books. Get some crystals, or go to a crystal store, touch them, look at them, how they make you feel.
So
What made you specifically mention the crystals in that moment? Like, what about the crystals resonated with you to speak to them in that moment?
They're easy, they're accessible, and it's not a hard. You can keep it basic with crystals. Like, you could really, a clear quartz. You could get a clear quartz, could be your just crystal. You could have one crystal, and guess what? Clear quartz. The first thing when you read about clear quartz, the first thing that's going to tell you is that it's a master crystal, and it can be programmed to do anything. All you got to do is talk to
Mm-hmm.
it.
my favorite.
So that's
Mm-hmm.
easy. So from day to day, and it cleanses itself. So you can just, every day you can have one crystal until you get more versed, and program this one crystal to how you want it to aid you today. Period.
Yeah,
That's easy.
that
Mm-hmm.
is. Well,
So and you know, crystals are my thing, as her thing. You know, I'm earth. I'm connected. Me and them,
Mm-hmm.
they my family, they my friends. We communicate telepathically and through telekinesis, and I'm not even, you already know I'm not exaggerating that part.
the
So
oh, go ahead.
no, that's it. That's it.
Basics for me is journaling. Journaling is I've been journaling since I was a child. I was one of them, dear diary.
I know, that's why.
But
Me too, me too.
but journaling, so it takes 17 seconds of constant thought for the universe to respond to you. So imagine you writing down your desires, the things you would like to see come to fruition. You writing it down, because if you write it and you read it, then not only are you implanting it in the mind, but you're giving yourself more time without being a meditator, without having to sit. You just writing it out. But 17 seconds from the time you start to have this thought, the universe starts to pull it in. The universe is pulling it to you. So all over the time, the 17 seconds and more.
Shemaine, peace, sis. Appreciate you pulling up.
Oh,
My
peace.
bad. Go ahead.
It's good. It's good. But yeah, so it takes 17 seconds for the universe to respond to the things that we desire. So if we're writing it in our journal, that's at least 3 minutes. Math isn't my strength. But yeah, it's a lot of 17 seconds. Is in 30 minutes, in 15 minutes,
Right.
in 5 minutes.
And can I add
So
to your wisdom about that? The
yeah,
journaling?
yeah.
And this is, take, if you want to take it to the Bible, Habakkuk 2:3-2 says, take the vision, write it plain upon tables, so those that read it will take it and run. Though it is tarried, it will surely no longer tarry if you believe it with faith.
That part. Write it down,
That's
make it clear.
biblical.
Make it
You
clear.
know,
Right.
and you know that's that's our ancestors wrote those parables and those prose and dropped that knowledge and gave that divine wisdom. And if you, so you writing it, that's one form of communication. You're reading it, and whoever else reads it, speaks and reads
Let
you.
me. And I'm gonna share something with y'all. Anybody that's in the chat that does not have this book right here. Let me see
Oh,
if I get in the screen. Go get this book.
Sit you behind
I
there.
It's
did.
only about
I
It's
only
only
took
about
a
$4 or $5, if that. The power of the Psalms.
Thanks.
This right here, I'm telling you, if you really tap into it and make these Psalms a
Everything.
part of your ritual,
Mm.
meaning you speak these Psalms, whether it's to yourself, yeah, preferably to yourself, or to source, to the universe, um, on a consistent basis, you're gonna see results.
Mm-hmm.
As long as your actions are in alignment with the verses in the Psalms that you're speaking, you're gonna see results. I promise you.
Yes, yes, yes. Talk heavy.
The
Talk
God
heavy.
has spoken.
Yes. I was about to go grab the book. I was like, wait a minute, I forgot we weren't on camera. I'm like, yes, yes.
Yeah.
Psalms and Proverbs, those my like you don't ever discount the Bible. It's some heavy stuff in there. You gotta dissect it. Like you gotta be wise with your dissection of it and how you process it. But the gems that are there,
Let's talk about, for those of us who were raised in the church or raised Christian or taught that the Father, Son, the Holy Ghost, that's some serious indoctrination, right? And the fear of making the effort to look at new ways and to look at what you want. Here. The sorry about that. So, but the indoctrination that comes with that. So the fear of stepping out of that is heavy. And we know that the Bible is a book of truths and half truths, but it's also a book of spells, rituals, and parables to teach us how to navigate the spiritual path, right? So just because you walk away from structured religion does not mean that you have to leave the text behind, because it's in there. They got it for us. If it wasn't in there, they would not have been able to hold us for so long with this book. So it's a tool. Use that tool to your benefit, and don't be afraid to try new things. But just because you leave the structured religion does not mean you leave the tools.
Right. And again, like we started out saying, it's all about the application of the information. Um, so yeah, we don't. I mean, that's it. That's it. I'm gonna just keep it simple with that. Yeah, it's just about the application of that information, whether you still subscribe to that that system or not. There's a lot of truth in every religion.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it's just about being able to discern
Mm-hmm.
and that see that's I was speaking on this earlier. Like I've never well, I'm not gonna say ever. Let me not say that because that's a lie. But currently I don't have a problem with religion itself because the religion itself only has the power that we give it. I have a problem with some religious people because they don't make it a point to do their own due diligence and reach their own overstanding of what it is that they say they subscribe to. So in a lot of cases, they just regurgitate information that was given to them from somebody else, and it's not benefiting them. But then they will preach it to you
it's
and look at you as if you're doing something wrong if you're not following the thing that they're following, which they don't even really know what they're following because somebody else told it to them.
they ain't legit being hip.
So, but
Yeah,
and that's what I'm saying. It's not. I'm not here to judge anybody. Like that's not my place. I don't take that position. But it's just the thing that it keeps us in a space of um division
right.
because you got arguments coming from a whole bunch of angles when in actuality spirituality it brings people together. It brings you, first of all, it brings you together with your spirit. It puts your body and your spirit in divine alignment when you actually are applying the information. When you're actually doing the work, it's putting you in alignment with self, with your higher self. You
Right.
know what I mean? Um, but when we don't have our own under inner and overstanding of what we say we're practicing,
Right.
we just be all over the place, and then we condemn other people for not doing things the way that we were taught to do them.
Mm-hmm.
But
And
in
I'm
go
sorry.
ahead. No,
And
go ahead. You good?
when that part, because when you were like, they don't even really understand. Don't condemn someone and you don't even know why you are doing what you're doing.
Right.
Like if like and you're not even really doing it. You know, so-called everyone else is doing it who's following this dogma or this religion. So even if you don't really do it like you do, that you're supposed to, you say you do it, and then you're really just reflecting how you're not you not achieving the goals on other people, because what we see in other people is usually what we see in ourselves. So the real
That's a fact. I was just speaking on that earlier, and I've been saying that for a few days now. We don't see others as they are. We see them as we are
uh-huh
because we're looking at them through the lens of wherever our mindset is, however we've been programmed.
right.
So if I don't see if I don't see God in me, it's impossible for me to see it in you.
Mm-hmm. Heavy, yep. um
And that,
Go ahead. No.
that is where, since we're talking about religion, religion teaches us to give our power to something or someone outside of ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
But the text, because we own application, but the text tells us, greater is he that is in me
Mm-hmm.
than he that is
So
in the
look,
world.
you know what? In actuality, I disagree with that. And I'm gonna tell you why. Because the religion itself don't teach us nothing in regards to giving our power away. Again, it's the people that
We,
interpret,
right.
that pass that information to us, that convince us to give our power away.
And to add to that, that's exactly why. Let's just take the three major religions that, and this is just a general um, point of view that we Christianity, Islam, and Judaism. There are many sects of all of them. There's not just one version of Christianity, one version of Islam, one version of Judaism. There's
Right.
how many versions of the Torah, how many versions of the Quran, and how many versions of the Bible. So the deviation from what this religion was established for, man deviates further and further from it, so it gets a little tainted. But you're right, the core that it was established in is
Peace, Nick.
it's
Appreciate you pulling up,
hon-
Queen.
it's
Salute to
honorable.
you.
What do we do with it? So yeah, even you can even take from aspects that if you came up as being raised in some form of organized religion, you don't have to throw the baby out with the bathwater. You don't have to throw everything from that away, especially if you really feel like you connected to the Creator through that.
Right. Right. All right. So let's shift this because I don't want this to. I don't want. I'm. It's starting to feel like a religion bashing conversation, and I'm not here for
Oh,
that.
not that.
Yeah, let's
So
redirect
we
this
can do the
thing.
Yeah.
switch.
Yeah. Because we started out talking about application of information, and I don't want to. I don't want to get too far off course from you know where we supposed to be right now. Um.
You know.
So yeah, let's
That's the
see
discipline,
see.
right? You just got it. She said, We need you. We need him. He helps like that's the discipline, but usually
He's devoted to getting the mission out, but you got the discipline to work.
Yeah, nah, like that's that, because that it ain't that's not
I love that.
a high frequency either. Once you
No,
no,
get into that space,
no, not
you
at
know what I
all.
mean?
Well, can I just say this? I apologize if I came off as religious passion. I just
Nah,
want
nah, nah. It's just the direction that the
of the
conversation was
conversation.
going in. We spent a lot of time talking about the impacts of religion, and you know what I mean. Like we know these things, so that's not something it get to a point to where, especially with us that already know it, it get to a point to where we beating a dead horse.
Mm-hmm. All right, so next, what else you got? You have a question, or are there any? How do they have any questions? Is there any?
Okay, so chat. Anybody in the chat got any questions or anything to add on or anything y'all want to express or that y'all would like us to discuss? Okay. Um. So if we've all experienced some trauma, um, you know, Jade, you expressed earlier, the transition of your mom's. Um, I expressed, I had talked about on a few different lives of, me losing my little brother and
Right,
um, and an unborn child within the same week.
right.
Um, so as far as you navigating through your trauma, what's something that you would say has helped you, um, you know, in that healing process?
Actually, allowing myself to feel it and mourn it and cry ugly cries.
Hmm.
That shit holds space and tears. Yo, it's water. That's a literal physical um transaction.
Peace, Miss Remarkable. I appreciate you pulling up.
When you cry, you're literally releasing that
Exactly,
trauma
Mercedes. Feel
from
it to heal it.
you. So cry and, until I don't want to say you don't. You gotta. No one can put a stamp on grief, but
Right.
you can't. You can't let it control you and take over your life. But you have to give yourself the chance to really grieve whatever part of you felt violated, whatever the loss, the tragedy of it, because trauma's tragic. We get to
Hmm.
learn, we learn how to live in it. That's the toxic shit. But that's just tragic. So we have to allow ourselves to feel the tragedy and release it.
Miss Remarkable. I appreciate the love. Thank
And
you
it's
so much.
because we don't allow ourselves to feel most of the time. We be pushing stuff down that,
We suppress it. Yep.
and and then when we finally come to the the epiphany, the revelation, it's going to break at some point. You
Right.
know, it's you because you physical. You're not finite. I mean, you're finite. Your soul can go infinite, but your physical space, your human body that's holding that grief and that trauma, it's finite, and where's it going to go? So
Right.
you're going to have to at some point, willingly or kicking and screaming, release it. Learn how to release it willingly, so that you can start to flow in
That's a
peace.
fact. Mercedes just made a good point. She said that suppression causes disease. That's a fact.
Because your emotions are at dis-ease. Your spirit's
Right.
not. You're disassociated from the flow. You know,
Right.
and
Right.
that's also a thing you can check with your chakras. Like what's stuck, where you're holding grief at, what's hurting you, what organs ain't operating right. There's a
Right.
Your 7 chakras are aligned with that. And your heart, yo, that's the one you got to get to the healing of. The
Do
heart.
me a favor. Do me a favor, because again,
Nah.
everybody may not know what we mean when we referring to chakras.
Keep it simple.
Enlighten us, Jade.
Oh, I was supposed to keep it simple. Well, your
When
chakras
you
is.
refer when you're talking about the chakras and you're
Mhm.
talking about the southern chakras and so on and so forth, for those of us that may not know what the chakras are,
So,
enlighten us.
it's the flow, the system of flow through your body. There's a lot of chakras, but there's 7 main ones, from the base of your tailbone up your spine to the top of your head, and that's
Can I
pretty.
simplify it for you?
Yep. Go ahead.
We have 7 main energy centers in the body.
Yep.
That's what she's referring to, y'all. Crown chakra, third eye chakra, throat chakra, heart chakra, solar plexus, sacral, however you want to pronounce it, and your root chakra. Those
Mhm.
are the 7 main energy centers of the body. Um, for those who may not be aware, just want to,
Yep. And starts like where your tailbone is, and it goes up your spine to the top of your head.
hmm
And there are major organs around all of your chakras. Your root chakra, organs and glands, right from your root chakra, that's your tailbone, up to your solar plexus, that's like right under between, under your heart, like your ribs, and
hmm
in the middle, right under your navel, that's your sacral chakra. And those lower 3 chakras, that's the reproductive system. That is your part of your lymphatic system, your kidneys, your liver, and your lungs, and the bottom part of your heart. So when these areas get blocked, like for example, your liver, that shit holds that holds things that you need to forgive people for, yourself and others, and it will cause liver poisoning, liver cancer, cirrhosis, especially if you drink alcohol. You know what I'm saying?
hmm
Your When your root chakra is blocked, it might and your sacral chakra block. In women, we get things like fibroids and have trouble conceiving and things like that. Men, it can affect it. Man, it's so much. It's so much.
prostate issues. It
Yeah.
affects your creativity. It
Hmm.
affects your like your fears, things like that.
Yeah.
Um, the solar plex
That's
affects your confidence.
your blissfulness.
Um, right, right. Your heart chakra affects, of course, your ability to love and be loved. Um, throat chakra. I mean,
That's
it
the air. How you
when
communicate.
we get to a point to where we feel like we we have trouble expressing ourselves or speaking up for ourselves in certain situations, you might need to do some work to unblock your throat chakra. You
Even
know what I
things
mean?
like laryngitis and
Right,
uh,
right,
things.
Just a sore throat, strep throat.
Hmm. Not
right,
yeah.
Little,
right,
that means
Hmm.
you're not speaking your truth.
Yeah.
right.
Really, so it's real, and you will find ailment in these areas, stomach problems, especially if your sacral chakra, because that's right there. And if your sacral chakra is blocked, or you can have a blockage in your sacral chakra and be extremely hypersexual because it's off balance. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? Because that also controls your sexuality. Or you could totally be off put sexually to
Right,
anything because it's blocked.
right,
It's deep, but once you get an open flow and start to be aligned and stay aligned and keep these areas cleansed and purified through that spiritual hygiene that you create through your rituals that work for you, You can master it, but I don't master it. Yeah, but
What
we
chakra?
women.
It's for the kidneys. For your kidneys, it would be like your sacral chakra, Ms. Ruth, your sacral solar plex area in that like the lower chakra. So um I'm trying to think of a good
So
stone I could
here they,
stone or crystal.
Redstone.
not to cut y'all's wisdom, I apologize. So red stones for the root chakra. Root chakra is about our fear and our security around the things that we need to live
Right.
a balanced and healthy life. Then so is a orange. Orange would be like carnelian for our sacral chakra. That's I'm doing crystal correlation and colors. Orange would be like carnelian for our sacral chakra, and that's around our womb. For men, it's the root chakra. That's their what do you call that thing? Prostate. That's their prostate health. And for women, the root chakra. We also have something going on down there. I don't really know about it. So I'm gonna move up to the orange where I was at. So orange would be like carnelian, and that's for the sacral chakra. We might have to do some womb healing for releasing of trauma to the womb over the course of lifetimes for our ancestors or for ourselves. And that looks like yoni steams and pussy prayers where we put our hand over our yoni and we speak life into it. And then, so the next chakra would be our solar plexus. That's a yellow like a citrine stone. And that's our sense of self, our sense of who we are. Our I am energy is our solar plexus. It's where they call it, quote unquote, the seat of the soul. It's where the soul resides. It's our being,
Mm-hmm.
it's the light within us. So that's the yellow. And then green would be like an adventure or an emerald for our heart chakra. And we all know the heart is about like the way we express love, receive love, how we feel about love. And also you could do pink for the heart area, also like a rose quartz, because that's also a stone about. And then we would have our blue for our throat chakra, and that would be like a sodalite or a lapis lazuli crystal that's blue, and it helps us stand in our power and speak truth to life and stand in our truth and be accepting of the things that we sometimes try to tuck away or swallow. You feel me?
Right.
And the third eye chakra, that would be like a deeper blue, like indigo, yeah, like an indigo blue, like a give me
Amethyst.
No, well, that's
the
crown.
crown, but
Amethyst. Well, go ahead.
it's a
You speak your wisdom.
amethyst is a third eye crown chakra stone. So we could go with
Right.
amethyst, but I was thinking like a blue like a what is that stone? It's called uh,
A Labradorite.
Lapis
the
lazuli.
lapis lazuli. So that would be like a green green.
Yeah, lapis lazuli too, but Labradorite is also good for the
Labradorite is yeah, that's it. So and Labradorite is good because that helps us express our power, like our magic, the things we see with sight beyond sight, which speaks to the third eye. And
chocolate dream. I appreciate you pulling up. Salute.
and the third eye chakra imbalance might look like blurred vision or being nearsighted or farsighted or things like that. And that's not
Right.
necessarily something we did in this specific lifetime. Correct. These things carry over lifetime from lifetime, but I'm not going to take it there. And then the purple is our crown chakra, and that's what connects us to the ethers and celestial energy and things like that. And that would definitely be an amethyst. So yeah, so it's a color correlation, it's a crystal correlation.
Think of the rainbow.
It's an energetic and Roy G. Biv.
The
That's
rainbow, like from bottom to top. That's the chakras, and that's the energy. The rainbow. Look at it.
Roy G.
And
Biv.
there's one specific um crystal that I would suggest to
He says,
anybody that's in a space of trying like really trying to make that shift. It's a very, very, very rare crystal and it's expensive, but it's called moldavite.
moldavite.
Whoa.
Yes.
Whoa.
And I actually have some, and I can attest to the 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 powers of that thing. Like, and it's again the thing that I really be wanting people to understand is that just buying, or even if you go mining or find a crystal somewhere and having it on your person, that's not the end all be all. You still have to do the work. The crystal, it just magnifies the powers and the energies of the work. You know what I mean? It's not something that, oh, I'm gonna go buy this crystal and wear this crystal around my neck and it's just gonna fix all of my problems. Nah, it don't work like that.
May I say something? It's a tangible reminder of the things that we are currently working towards fixing.
Right,
Here,
right. That's accurate.
Omar, you can't just be out here telling people to go get Moldavite because Moldavite will change your life in 72 hours.
That's the point.
Gotta
That's
think
what we
what
doing. That's what we doing. We
and why
are encouraging people to change their lives. We are
you
giving
even gotta
people
tell
the
Moldavite what to do.
Right.
You don't have to.
Right.
Moldavite is you right. It's very special because you can only get it in one place because it comes from one celestial event. But
exactly.
it's gonna change your life within 72 hours.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. That's my point
Exactly.
for bringing that up
Hell, you want
because when I obtained my Moldavite, it was almost like an instantaneous shift. Like I don't buy crystal. Like I gotta feel it. I gotta hold it in my hand and allow it to resonate. And when I held the piece that I'm currently rocking,
yeah, it don't have no
I
picture.
I felt like an almost immediate shift.
Yep.
And then the
You
more and more me and my Moldavite got in tune with each other, it really helped me with doing the work and
Yeah.
really it helped me see myself.
It gave you no choice but to look at yourself.
Exactly, because it's a stuff. The purpose of it is transformation.
Real fast.
it held me hostage in the store but it was like I couldn't afford it at the time because it's expensive.
Well, it is because TikTok.
Held me hostage. Held me hostage. I
Moldavite
was
is
like,
rapid fire. What?
had you eyes again.
Yeah, that's accurate.
But I get how you like. That's how I am with the crystals too. Like if I'm going to the store to buy crystals, I'll be in that place. I could spend all day because you're testing them. You communicating this here, this how's it feel? What's activating? What's moving? You know, what's the communication exchange? What is it saying to you? Telling you? Because you know, because they're alive. I don't care what nobody say.
Right,
You know, they are, they are sentient beings. Crystals are sentient beings for facts.
right,
So yeah, so the chakras, you know, that's what that is. So you know, ask if you're suffering from ailments, um, what are you blocking in that part of your life? You know, someone asked.
they cut out. Their phone must have rung. But you got a
Yeah,
call, didn't you?
no, my iPad's about to die. It's saying,
Oh, all right.
um, yeah, but this was divine, and
Absolutely,
yeah,
absolutely. And I
God,
appreciate
so
I appreciate y'all. I appreciate y'all. Suggesting that we do this and making the time to come on and share space with me and with with the chat. I appreciate it. With the family, I don't even like to refer to the chat as a chat. Like it's actually human. It's people. It's spirits in
yeah,
this chat. So you know what I mean. Like this the family right here. You know what I
yeah.
mean. But yeah, I appreciate y'all pulling up, sharing y'all time and energy with me and the family, and we're gonna do this again. So yeah, and go ahead and put a plug in that iPad. Um,
Hey, can we plug ourselves real fast?
of course, please
um,
do.
so,
Drop it
what,
in the chat. Put it in the chat, and I mean, speak it verbally too. But yeah, put it in the chat for
um,
anybody that need that. So the spelling is accurate and everything. Go
okay.
ahead.
So, we do a podcast called Wisdom Wednesdays. You know, we're babies in this podcast thing, and we're growing our fan base and audience and tribe. We'll say no, not fans, because we're not fans. We tribe, and learning how to exchange energy and sharing information just like you do. That's why I say I'm so proud of you. The message is in the air. Divine has assigned us.
Indeed. And look, do this for me, y'all. Pay attention to the chat because people are actually giving, like, having comments for y'all too.
Okay.
So while you on that side, y'all can see the chat. Like, it's been since we've been on. Like, I've a few people have come on and left comments, but me reading the comments, I can see that they're kind of sort of directed specifically to y'all. So, you know.
Give thanks. Give thanks.
Big gratitude.
I'll put my TikTok in. I think I left it yesterday when we were talking, but I'll do it again. But I'm Black Girl Magic on TikTok, on Instagram.
And yeah, type your name, even though your name is up there, type it so that they can see the correct spelling, because they can't just type in Black Girl Magic and find you. You got to make sure they see the correct spelling.
Okay, yeah, the correct spelling, yeah, because the way I spell it, it's me. I should be the first one that comes up, because Divine gave me it. Because I was like, Black Girl Magic, really? But who knew? So,
Yep.
And Gemini RX, are you doing?
Yeah, so y'all can find us. I'm grateful too. So before we go, because on Wisdom Wednesdays, we usually have a WCW. And my WCW for today is Shea Butter, because she was definitely leaving comments and just speaking throughout the conversation. So we give thanks.
Indeed.
We give thanks for everyone who joined us. For Shea Butter, you my WCW for this Wisdom Wednesday. The Gemini RX is my Instagram, but our YouTube, and we have another Instagram that's called It's All Divine. It's All Divine.
All one word.
And Instagram, yep.
Well, I want to leave everybody with this. One practice that we all left out, and anybody can do this, gratitude. That's the easiest one. When something sit right with your soul, when you are blessed, I be like, people, you said I sound angry earlier. People don't get excited enough for me. You know, I'm
Nah,
animated. I'm
I know.
animated, and I get
And see
excited.
that we polar opposites. You know
Right,
that.
you
We
know,
polar opposites, that
but that,
Capricorn Cancer thing. So yeah, I'm all the way laid back for the most part. And you so yeah. Yeah,
yeah,
do your
and
thing though. I ain't mad at you.
so gratitude, and it's easy. All you gotta do is say it. All you gotta do is say it. And you don't
Right.
it gotta even be heavy. Gratitude, that's my everyday morning ritual. Sometimes I'm lazy. I say it when I open my eyes to myself. It's short and sweet. A lot of mornings, I go out on my balcony and say it. Sometimes it's short, sometimes it's long. And you can say fucking thank gratitude to anything you want.
You should
Start.
be saying. You should be saying. You should be. I mean, it should be just a all day, everyday thing,
It
because
is, but people don't
every
get.
situation. Yeah, like everything is happening for you. Everything that happens in your
Oh,
life is happening for you. None of this is
even when
happening
you
to
don't
you.
feel
None of
like.
this is by chance. Right.
Happening to you.
Yep.
Everything is happening
Yep.
for you.
Exactly. So we should always be grateful. And even in situations where it may look and feel like in the moment that like a negative, like let's just
An
say
illusion.
you
See,
you go- you getting up to go to work and you can't find your keys and you get frustrated because you can't find your keys. That happened for you. It most likely prevented you from being in an accident or something along those lines. So we got to look at it. Like I say all the time, it's all about perception. So we should be grateful for every moment, every breath we take. You know what I mean? So
and no, here's the to that. Don't ever let lost keys be the thing that fucks your whole day up. Just say, let it be
Let it be
revealed. Let
revealed.
it be revealed.
yep,
And then go on to the next thing, like you about to walk out the door. I guarantee you, before you gotta get in that car, they gonna be like, your baby gonna be like, mommy. Or you gonna gonna fall, and you done looked under that pillow 22 times, and they gonna fall right out your jacket. Chill on that worry, fear. I can't. You're controlling this shit. Remember that.
Hey, Shea Butter. Hey, Shea Butter. This is specifically for you because you my WCW, so I'm loving on you. When you can't find something, say, let it be revealed. I promise you will find it.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jade.
Yeah.
Thank you, love. Thank you. Oh, you know you're my brother from another mother.
You already know. Anytime, man.
I love
I
you
appreciate.
life, and keep doing
I
what
love y'all too.
I'm gonna come visit.
Indeed, it don't stop. This is just the beginning.
I'm coming.
I love
you
y'all and I
cute
appreciate y'all
behind
too.
your podium. I'm cracking up. You cute behind your podium.
You
Oh, right, look
tripping?
at my brother.
I've been in this. I've been in this same spot the whole time, and you
No,
just now
no,
talking
no,
about
no,
this.
no. I was waiting to say it.
Oh,
We
all
okay.
right, all right.
We good on the podium. Like, look at. I can't say the N word. I'm like, look at this.
Look at the God. Look at the God.
Yeah,
Look at the God. Okay.
yeah. Look at God. Exactly. Won't he do it?
Won't he do it? Yes. He always
Right, right.
yeah. So this was divine. Keep sharing your wisdom. Keep being a beacon. It
Yeah,
looks
like
good
I
on
said,
you.
this.
And people need it. And plus, like I said, can I make a funny and be cute?
Go
You know,
ahead, man.
you cute. So the girls like, oh, he cute,
Listen.
and he talking that shit.
I
Do
appreciate
it.
you. Thank you very much, sis. I appreciate it.
Do it. So
Yeah,
anyway,
I mean, this, like I said, this is just the beginning, man. It's a lot.
yeah,
We got a lot of work to do. You know what I
we
mean?
do. No, we're doing it. We're doing it. We're
Yeah, yeah,
doing
for
it.
sure. But it's still a lot more to do. But
And
that's all I'm saying.
but give thanks for that, and
Indeed,
we're gonna keep doing it.
absolutely, that's a
So
fact.
be ye the encouraged, which I know you are, and it's all divine. And may the tribe rise and unite, and all things through the divine, right?
Exactly,
And
exactly.
we
And
are
once again,
divine. Omar, question
yep,
for you: are you divine?
absolutely,
You better be. You know it. Yes, God. Yes, God.
absolutely.
All
So
right.
yeah, once again, I appreciate y'all for pulling up. I love y'all, and I'll wrap. We'll build later.
Yes, thank you to your audience and to your tribe. Thank you. We're gonna post this on It's Divine. So you're gonna have to
Okay,
send it.
I'll send it to you. I'm a,
Okay.
yeah, I go in the back office and send it to you.
All right. All right, my love. Be blessed. Be blessed to all of you. Remember, you all are divine, and we love y'all for sharing space with us.
Indeed.
Goodbye.
Peace, y'all. I appreciate y'all welcoming my sisters up here and allowing them to share their wisdom um with me. And I, appreciate y'all showing them love as well. Uh so yeah, we'll go ahead and wrap this up. And as usual, appreciate y'all for pulling up. I love y'all. Peace.